YouTube, what is up with y'all today? This is Neil Goodfella Neil coming through with another sneaker review, another sneaker opinion. Y'all know what I do, guys. Yes. Buy what you like, man. Fly in flames, man. Fly in flames. This one right here re-sparked, you know, like my interest real hardcore for the Air Max 95. These is trash. They're calling them trash, but in a good way. It's a good trash. Another man trash is another man treasure. Fly in flames, guys. Look at this. And you know, y'all can pause it to read the text. Y'all should already know just by seeing this box. I've been sitting on these for a while, guys. I forgot when I got them. Goodness. And you got to move to 0. If we happen to like the same sneaker, great, man. That's awesome. Just connect. Now let's see. What they're calling is vast gray, white, and barely Volt. And the laces that I didn't too much care for that came with this is actually flat white laces. Feels kind of, I wouldn't say nylon, but this it's not the typical one. These might be some recycled laces or whatever, or, you know, reducing carbon or whatever, or, you know, I don't want to get the butchering names, but I end up putting a rope lace through it because I'm just used to seeing the Air Max 95 with that beautiful rope lace, man. It just really brings the sneaker out. So yeah, man. Oh man, I couldn't wait to review this for you guys. I wore this already, and I wore it with my other Air Max 95s, and the difference in comfort, man. I mean, these don't take as long to break in as the original ones, and I seen these sitting for a while. Now I actually copped mine from Nordstrom, and I was just waiting for the steal deal, man. Just ready to pounce on it, man. Lion style. So I ended up swooping these for about like 120, and I got a little bit salty because these went down to 110. But by that time, these had damn near already sold out. Now, this right here, looking at it, could easily be a Sean Wotherspoon, easily. I mean, just look at it, man. This look like something that you would thrift. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't, it looks like it's his own grunge sneaker. It got its own swag. This is something that's not even hyped. And if it was limited, these would definitely be hard to pick up, man. I like the muted colors on here. Fly in flames. Now, that's just my pickup story. It's just a simple pickup from Nordstrom. And you could probably still catch these on sale here and there because they're going low. But I feel like one of the things typical in the sneaker culture, guys, once the sneaker dry out and it sells out, the prices go up, and that's only natural. Now, I'm not talking about botting and reselling like that. Like, that's stupid to me. But just natural scarcity as far as the sneaker go, as far as economics go. You know, that's just how I roll, man. Anything. When these start drying up, the price will go up, I feel like. And I'm not trying to make a big deal about price. I didn't just cop because these, oh, this is going to go up to 800 in the future. I copped them because I liked them. I like that muted colorway. I'm like, you know what? I'm looking for some kicks to buy. This is unique. You know what I mean? And, you know, even though the Air Max 90 look okay with this canvas material, I felt like this one spoke to me a lot more because the canvas colorways is switching up like crazy on here. It's predominantly canvas on the upper, and you also got a little bit more like a lighter canvas right here, where most of the time you would get a mesh. You also got a canvas going along the tongue, along that charcoal canvas, that charcoal color canvas, and it has more so like a carpet gradient kind of like finish when you look up close to it. But that's part of that recycle project that Nike is doing as well. More so like that gradient effect. That's one of the things I do like about it. Right here as well, almost kind of look a little bit like static in a way from an old TV. Going into the sock liner, you still have like that static light gray colorway. Going to the outsole, you have like that sky blue, right? Then you also got that lime green that you also see in the bubble. That's kind of like somewhat like of a faded muted Volt colorway. And the white outsole, or excuse me, the white midsole is definitely tying all of that together. Perfect, guys. Now, I'm always down for some black midsoles, but the white midsoles just made this sneaker super fuego. Going to the top of the toe, going to the top of the tongue, you do have that Air Max as usual, and it is in that light Volt colorway, or as Nike call it, barely Volt. So yeah, definitely worth it. And you also got like a somewhat of a leather along the lace. Now, as far as the tech end of this sneaker, I never really too much covered it in depth like I'm about to now. You also got an embroidered swoosh with some of that Barely Vault on the outlining of it. And then going to the back, you have that Barely Vault Nike logo on the back. So yeah, as far as tech on the shoe, as I always say, almost every curvature Air Max bubble after 93 rather, never forget the Nike Air Max 93 introduced this curvature blow mold style bubble that we now take for granted nowadays. But this was also still a big deal because at this time, you know, this was still like a new technology as far as like the molding area, you know, it's that circular bubble. You also got it in the forefoot as well. Now I also found interesting, you got a few interesting things on this sneaker though that you don't really too much hear about all like that. Now I know this has something to do with the body, but people was mentioning different parts, so I went to the horse itself, the horse mouth, straight to Nike website. And before I get into that, this is, out of all the recycled ones, this is the most less recycled one. I think this is a 20% recycle out of the collection. So you know, it done its part, but yeah, this is not the most right, most trashed one. So now as far as the body part go on here, the outsole right here is actually supposed to symbolize the spine. This right here, the paneling along the Air Max 95 is supposed to symbolize the muscle fibers. Going along the lace, this is also supposed to symbolize the ribs. So now that I look at it, now I see it. Man, before I was so twisted on this, I was like, is the back part supposed to be the spine? So again, guys, on the outsole, this is the spine. On the upper paneling along the canvas, this is the muscle fibers. And then going along the lace right here is the ribs. Now this colorway definitely speaks volumes to me. And again, I think it definitely brings those thrift vibes. This is something I don't have in my collection, and I like that faded colorway. And this is just something unique that I think is going to, you know, be sought after over time. You know, it's definitely going to be one of those grails eventually. Sergio Lozano actually created this sneaker. I'm hearing, you know, they got little hints and tips and some, but technically Sergio Lozano, that's who this is going through, has been associated with the sneakers as far as designing the sneaker. Now, his thing with this sneaker was, just briefly, you know, he was working in the ACG department for Nike and ended up coming up with the Nike Air Max 95. And as we know, as I just told you guys, the body parts are expired. That's basically all this is inspired by. And he technically, when they first dropped it, they had the midsole black because he knew runners would actually get this dirty, you know, and why not just make it black? I felt like that was smart on his part. It's less cleanup. It doesn't look as nasty. One of the things I do like about the sneaker, like straight out the box, is the springy insole in here. Insole on here was a little bit more springy, a little bit more bouncy, and definitely a little bit more comfortable than our usual Air Max 95s that we get. So while wearing this sneaker, because y'all know that's what I do, I wear the sneakers before I review them for you guys, hence why the outsole actually dirty on here, if you can see that. But the insole on here broke in a lot more easily, and as soon as I took it out the box, it was definitely easier to wear. Out of 10 being comfortable as hell, out of, you know, 1 being hell no, this isn't comfortable at all, I would give this straight out the box a strong 8 as far as comfort go, as far as this particular model go and colorway and everything. Typical Air Max 95 probably would have got a 7.5 straight out the box, because you know you got to break those in. But still, nevertheless though, guys, you know, you still got that pointy toe box, so whatever you usually wear in Air Max 95s, just get that in this. And you know what, I don't know, man, I'm gonna just bump this up to 9.5. I really like this sneaker, man. I like the character it got, you know. Hey man, like the great mayor said, you only gonna pay whatever you think the sneaker worth. So rate, comment, and subscribe. I got more kicks on the way. Peace.